Hi there, my name's Natasha Young, and I'm here to bring you 3 steps to have the best camping trip ever. Step 1. Go somewhere that is extremely cold for no good reason when it was originally supposed to be warm. Step 2. Don't pack tent poles for your tent. Step 3, and this is the most important one, so pay attention. Find a bear.
It is 9 o'clock, which is a little bit later than we wanted, but we slept through the alarms. So,
We are ready to
alright, we have made it. We are here. I slept most of the way. Everybody's ready to be out of the car, running over each other, ready to go. We're checking in. So, we're here. We chose a campsite. Somebody forgot to put the poles in the bag and didn't check before we left. So we have a tent with no poles.
Somewhere.
What do you have to say for yourself?
They're here somewhere.
They're not. Nothing else is jingling around. This ruins your nap. We have bought a new tent an hour later. We're going to town. What are we gonna do in town?
Town things.
Okay. Oh, we're gonna go get some lunch. We're still in town. So, lunchtime, day 2. Okay, so our hunt for lunch so far has been a dead end. Somebody got tired of walking. We are waiting on the fire, very cold. Very successful. Hi guys. It's very cold. We're going to sleep. Good night.
All right, you're not able to hear the bear anymore?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Okay. Stay on the phone for me, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So one of my officers said, have you tried to shoot the gun into the air to try to scare the bear off?
We have not tried that. Do you want us to?
Are we allowed? I didn't know.
It's up to you guys. I can't legally tell you to do that, but that's what my officer said. If maybe
You want to try it?
If it comes any closer, we're gonna have to. We've already yelled at it. We would have to go outside.
Yeah, we would have to get outside the tent again.
If we hear it get any closer, I'll go outside. I'll do it.
She said if we hear it get any closer, she'll go outside and shoot in the air.
do what?
My girlfriend said if she hears it get any closer, she'll go outside and shoot it in the air.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, Thomas. If anything else happens, just go ahead and call me back, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. You saw this trip start out bad. No tent poles. No tennis shoes, which I didn't mention. Thomas left my tennis shoes after saying he was the master packer and didn't need me to double check anything. I don't have socks for the shoes I have. So, you may have just seen a clip of a 911 call. That is because a bear was harassing us for an hour. I've been camping here all my life. He's a Boy Scout. He's an Eagle Scout. This bear would not leave us alone. I was screaming. I was banging the tent. I was hooting and hollering, acting a fool. This bear was persistent. We called the park rangers like 20 times. Nobody answered our calls.
Not until your dad called.
To the number that we called, I finally called my dad, and I was like, Dad, We don't know what to do. There's a bear who's harassing us. I've done everything that I've been taught to do. It's not leaving us alone. We've called the number 20 times between the two of us. What do? We had just got off the phone with 911. They never sent a deputy like they promised us. He has no advice. But he does call the Rangers. And they pick up on the first call for him. We had called literally 30 seconds before him. This is how the conversation went. I just got in. How can I help you? My daughter has a bear at her tent for the last half hour. Why are you not answering her calls? They've been screaming at it for half an hour. Oh, we'll send somebody out. They didn't come until another 20 minutes later. 20 minutes! And they sent the nicest maintenance man. Why was there not a park ranger? This man had a flashlight and some very little courage.
This dude had a face where you can't be mean to.
I couldn't be mad at him for them not coming. He was probably lost getting here. I couldn't be mad at him. He literally was so nice. He was like your grandpa. Think about the nicest grandpa you've ever met. That was him. He reminded me of my grandpa. I couldn't even be mad, even though I was so mad.
I don't know my grandpa.
I don't care. I was so mad. Tell me why he doesn't go past our car. We are all the way up this hill. Our campsite's all the way up there. It's 40 something. Actually, it's like 38.
I thought dude was gonna walk up there.
He did not walk up there. He just flashed his really bright flashlight at the tent and said, "Ho, ho." Y'all, I had to run down with the dog. No leash, no nothing, just praying he was behind me.
I was carrying Lilo by her harness.
You suitcased her.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I couldn't suitcase Stitch. I was carrying stuff. So I had to hold him. The sheriff's deputy told me to shoot the bear. We're sleeping in the car. Moral of the story. We're sleeping in the car and we're moving our campsite tomorrow, or are we sleeping in the car tomorrow too? Good night. For now. If the bear comes back, I'll be back. So, we are currently on our way to the lodge because after last night, how it was handled and how rude the woman was, we don't really want to stay tonight. And we don't think it's really fair that we paid for last night since we ended up sleeping in our car after being harassed by a bear for an hour. So we're on our way to the main lodge to speak to the manager. We will update later on what conspires. We are leaving. What do you have to say?
My head hurts.
That was the mic. We're leaving. We're tired of this. They were really nice, but it was time to say goodbye.
I'm gonna guess that lady's name was Suzanne.
Yeah, Suzanne, you're really rude.
She
Anyways.
ruined our trip.
It's debatable. I'm kidding. I still had a fun time. Thomas got scammed for a quote-unquote pound of fudge. A pound. It don't feel like a pound. It was 5 pieces. I don't think they weighed it. We tried to go to a burger place. It was closed. Good night.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Natasha Young for Sincerely Southern.